So they wind up getting married?
They
Do they have
married.
kids? They
Yes,
say like they have some kids?
Yeah.
Does Harry ever get married?
Yes.
Does he marry someone who's in the books?
Yes.
Cho Chen?
No. That's over by the end of
that was
Order
in the last
Phoenix,
movie.
yeah.
Where she kind of they kind of made her expose where the training room was and shit. So he doesn't hit Cho Chen. Who does he wind up with? Somebody who's been in the previous books or like the last book?
She's been in all of them. She's been prominently.
Ron Weasley's sister?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I called that. Holy shit. Jenny Weasley. Ginny Weasley. That's weird because he knew her since she was like a
Remember, because she was all into him in the very beginning.
Yeah.
She was like, it's Harry Potter.
Totally. And then he doesn't really shoot higher than Ginny Weasley. He's just like, all right, you like me.
Well, she, in the book before this last one, the relationship kind of begins.
Right.
So, she's tough, man.
Who's the fucked up broad who was in the last
Luna Lovegood?
Holy shit, that's the Potter broad that I mean,
that's the one I was like, you should fuck her.
Well, she's just crazy.
She's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's just like, I see monsters. It's like, here's one. It's not a very big
Can you
monster.
see this?
Come meet the magic Cyclops.
Yes. So there's like liquid that looks like that, and he puts it into a vial, and then you get to see this really long memory, which is pretty cool. Where you see him as a kid.
Yes.
And he was close friends with Harry's mother before they went to Hogwarts.
Really?
Yes, they lived in the
that's
same
all
area.
New information.
Yes, and there's
Did he have a crush on her?
Yes.
So that's why I didn't like.
Not
Harry.
only did he have a crush on her, he loved her.
Did they ever kiss?
No.
Did she ever blow him?
No. Only that. Harry's just like, no.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want this. Put it back in the pencil.
I don't want to watch 40 minutes of fucking blowjobs.
Just a really long memory, no music background, just like he's watching them and shit.
And then it
he's
ends.
like, would you like to suck me Snape? And she's like, but of course. And she starts blowing him. It's just this long, prolonged visual where he's like, make it stop. And Severus is just like, this is his final revenge where he has to let Harry watch it.
I don't go on the internet. So you don't, like, I'm not, like, you're on the internet. I don't go on the internet that much.
Spent a lot of time on the internet, sir.
It must be out there.
Yeah, totally. Well, I think it leaked out. A lot of stuff leaked out before the book even came out because she was kind of mad about it, J.K. Rowling. But it's like, what do you expect? In the information age, it's like prime fucking real estate information like that. People are going to want to disseminate as quickly as possible to be like the first dick.
I also
like,
feel comfortable that I'm not ruining any kids' fucking enjoyment of the book.
I don't think there are any kids listening to the SModcast or fucking Magic Cast. It is this week.
Pottercast.
Pottercast.
How would that would blow your mind if suddenly someone was like, "Did you fucking see this? It's fucking Mosier's like solo Pottercast radio."
Yeah, where I'm like, "What is it?" And they're like, "Scott does a separate podcast." That would blow my mind in and of itself. I was like, "Really? He never mentioned it. What is the first one?" They're like, "No, he's up to 12." I'm like, "What does he talk about?" And it's just Harry Potter. He takes calls. He gets deep into the text. He's created a language for the house elf. It's kind of like Klingon. Awesome. He's just way into it and shit. That would fucking blow my mind. That would be more surprising to me than if you were like, "Hey, I'm gay." If you were like, "Hey, I'm doing a secret Harry Potter cast every week."
Yeah.
Where does the years later chapter take place? They're at a party or something?
No, at the it's just like it's a key party. It's a wand party.
It's like Harry winds up fucking Hermione, and Ron's like, "But I'm only left with Ginny. She's my sister."
Can't do that.
Yes, you can. It's magic.
You all right. Hit that shit, Ron.
You don't have to remember this when it's over, Ron. You just make yourself forget what
Get
you
a
want.
magic, magic rubber.
It's a roofie wand. You'll totally forget.
It's at the train station.
Do they intimate that they still hang out, or they're like, "I'm married," that kind of thing? And what does Hermione do for a living? Do they say?
That is the one thing. That is the one thing that, like, at the end, I was just like, "What does you don't know what anyone?
How do these bitches earn?
Yeah, you don't. That's the one thing that
That's the last line of the book. And after they dropped their kids off at the magic platform, they went back to their meth lab.
And made a fortune.
And were never bothered by Voldemort again.
And made the meth elves fucking cook up a batch.
Me mistress wouldn't have me blending up cold medicine.
That's the one thing that I was like, and I was like, is it American? I'm like, I want to know what he did for a living. But it is like, because it's part of like the whole thing. It's like,
what's his job, man? What does he do?
I want to know what his tax bracket. That's the one thing you don't know.
What kind of hours is Potter pulling these days?
I mean, he went through all that shit. Shouldn't he get a pass?
You'd imagine they just gave him they let him into.
I mean, he had a fortune,
and he fucking it's true.
He had a fortune going in.
And shit.
Yeah, homie was living off the interest. He's like, fuck this. It's 19 years later, so
then she didn't die in the battle.
No, she's alive.
They don't say whether she's still teaching at Hogwarts.
No,
it's kind of weird.
There's a lot of people that you don't know. Basically, you know that
who's the dude with the cat?
With the cat? Oh, Flinch or Filch?
Felcher.
Felch.
And Felch, well, you know what he did.
Yeah.
Sucked a lot of cum out of a dude's ass. Well, his cat looked on. Well, I think this SModcast really brought your inner geek out.
I've never denied it.
No, but you're cool, a little too cool for school sometimes. You're a little like, it's Mose, everything's mellow. But then when you talk about fucking Potter, you're like, and then the fucking gillyweed came back, and they all went underwater, and it was magic, Charles.
I'm going to listen back just to see if I ever got that excited. I do. I appreciate things of quality.
J.K. Rowling comes to you and she's like, Scott, I'm thinking about making another series of books in which we relate the particulars of Harry Potter's job and what he earns on a regular basis. Do you support it, or you're like, just let it go?
No, I would.
You're like, I want to read that.
I'd be like, I don't know if you can write 7,000-page books about it, but
you're like, look, just tell me.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's in insurance.
I would be like, all right.
Well, fine. Now I know.
Yeah. It doesn't sound.
Well, that's Pottercast for this week. I'm Kevin Smith.
And I am
Harry Scott.
Harry Scott.
Have a magical week.